and Studs! This is Spruce and Studs, and welcome on in back to part 2 of the Ninja Ultra Combo Mech build. Just to do a little recap, just in case if you forgot, this set was released on January 1st, 2022, and fetches a slightly hefty price of $89.99. There are a total of 1,104 pieces in this set, so it will keep you rather busy, probably anywhere between 2 to 3 hours to build depending on your speed and how much you want to agonize over the placement of the stickers. So let's jump right on in and talk about the build. We left the set finishing off with bag 5, and now we pick up this video with building bag 6. In bag 6, we first focus in on building something that is called a Woobot. I think this robot is rather goofy looking, but kind of cute as well. You have a mad version of Sensei Wu's face that is on a monitor, and on top of this monitor are blasters that shoot out blue discs of power at the enemies of the ninjas. I also like how the leg piece also features a black sash. Moving on from the Woobot, we then build the other half of Zane's tracked machine. I wish I had some creative name for it, but I actually have no clue what it's called. For those of you who watch the cartoon, perhaps maybe you can enlighten me on what this vehicle is called and leave a comment down below in the comments section. The other side of Zane's tracked vehicle follows more or less the same format as the half that was built in step 5. I'm gonna say that when I look at Zane's sweet ride, it looks kinda clunky and strange. It looks definitely more utilitarian than elegant, which is my opinion a little bit out of characters for Zane's vehicles, but hey, what the heck do I know, right? Then moving on, we roll into bag 7 where we first build Cole. Cole is sporting a tunic that has rock-like elements that are featured on the front and the back. Cole also comes with an orange katana as well as a warhammer. Oh god, I love warhammer. Oh, sorry, got distracted. Cole also sports a two-sided printed head with one side that he's smirking on one, and the other side he has a more determined look about him. After we are done with Cole, we then build his vehicle, which is as symmetrical as, well, Zane's vehicle is, because Cole's vehicle turns into the arms of the Ninja Ultra Mech. I will say that this vehicle has a large similarity to Cole's Earth Driller, which I believe was released back in 2013. The reason why I say this is because both of these builds feature a large prominent drill at the front of the vehicle. Again, the build of each side of Cole's vehicle is similar with one another, so there's definitely a repetitive nature on this part of the build. When Cole's vehicle is finally done, again, I'll have to admit to you that the rear end looks a bit strange in that the two sides are pushing up against each other, so the rear wheels stick out from the front wheels a bit. I'm not sure whether I screwed up on the build or not, which very well may be the case, but I find it odd that LEGO did not try to connect the rear end together when the front and the middle section of the drill are connected. Be that as it may. Actually, on a side note, I'll have to note that back in November of 2022, the voice actor for Cole, whose name is Kirby Moreau, passed away unexpectedly, which was a very sad thing for all Ninjago fans. The writers of Ninjago were then faced with a bunch of different decisions. One was to either retire the character, make Cole not be able to speak, or recast Cole's voice. Well, I'm happy to let you know they have chosen to recast Cole's voice so that Cole can continue to live on in the LEGO Ninjago series. Finally, we end with Jay, and he is sporting a lightning cover tunic that is printed on both sides as well, which again is really cool how far LEGO has come with pre-printed LEGO pieces that I'm so very well fond of. He also comes with a two-expression head. With one side he has a grimace, and the other side he has his characteristic goofy grin. He also comes with a lightning yellow katana, which I believe this is the first time I've seen this, as well as his favorite weapon, which is a nunchuck, although I find it a little strange that there's only one. Usually nunchucks come in pairs, so I think they may have missed out on that one. Again, I don't know what happens in the cartoon. Maybe they explain they only have one. So, Jay's vehicle is sort of a jet fighter whose wings becomes the left and right shoulder pads respectively. Then the main body of the fighter jet becomes the neck and the head of the Ultra Mech. The build starts off around the cockpit of the fighter jet, and then you progress onto building the wings of the jet. After the wings are done, you build, I guess the best way to try to explain this part of the build is the neck of the plane. This neck portion specifically becomes the head of the Ultra Mech. Then rounding off the build is the front of the jet, which then becomes the front portion of the big mech. While there's a little break in the action, I will take this moment to plead my case for you, the viewer, to subscribe to this LEGO Forward channel. I mean, you should subscribe to it because I just said the magic word, LEGO, right? Just kidding. This channel features, as you see, a ton of LEGO builds, and we also build non-LEGO models, Warhammer 40k miniature painting tutorials, and also some videos where I materialize a body and speak to you about the above mentioned things. My brick family, thanks for sticking around and supporting this channel. I value each and every single one of you and your comments, well, the nice comments that you put in the comment section. I hope that you continue to watch the videos as we will have some new fresh content coming out. So fasten your seatbelts, you are all in for a wild ride. So the individual builds are now done, and we have to move on to trying to assemble the mech together. As I said before in the first video, LEGO did not make assembling the mech very easy based on the instructions that were given, but since we are smart individuals and through a bit of trial and error, we finally figure out how to put it together. Starting with Kai's fire mech, you need to reverse the 2 feet and then detach the parts at the knee. You will then need to take Zane's track vehicle, split it apart, and bend the back of the vehicle forward to form the feet of the Ultra Mech. You will then attach the front of the vehicle at the knee portion of Kai's fire mech. Next, as you saw, you need to split apart Cole's Earth Driller vehicle and pull the 2 pins out from the fire mech on the shoulder blades. This part, in my opinion, was the hardest because you have to align the holes together. You then take the back of the Earth Drillers and attach it to the shoulder pieces of the fire mech, and then reinsert the pins and repeat this with the other side. The final step is to rip the wings off of Jay's jet, which you saw again, and attach the wings onto the shoulder pads of the fire mech. Then you will need to attach the back side of the jet on the back of the fire mech, pull the jet forward to form the head as well as the front chest piece. There you have it, folks. As you saw, the mech is done. So I will have to say, out of all the individual vehicles, Jay's jet is my favorite. I think that the shape of the fighter is really cool with the arched aggressive front as well as the cool split wings. And this goes somewhere along the lines of looking like James' Storefighter, which is actually one of my favorite Ninjago vehicles ever produced. My next favorite vehicle is Kai's Fire Mech, because it actually looks like a mech to me. And then followed by Zane's and Cole's vehicles, in which I'll be honest, I'm not really much of a fan of. Well, that's it for this epic build. Let me know in the comments section what you guys thought of it. For those of you who own the LEGO Ideas Voltron, based off of my video, what do you think of this set? Is it better than the Voltron or worse? I'm curious to know what your honest opinion is. Do I think this set is worth the price of admission? I'll be honest with you, I'm a little hesitant to say yes because I'm not a fan of the vehicles, how they look when they're split apart. However, they look great and make sense when you combine them all together. Anyway, that's all that we have time left for this video. I sincerely hope that you enjoyed watching the build, and I hope that you appreciated my honest opinion on this set. This is Spruce and Studs, and I will see you all in the next build.